Obviously, curtailing our renewable energy production is not ideal. Where we can, we want to make best use of that. This whole presentation is about maximizing your renewables. So for the next scenario, we're going to take a look at those flexible loads that we have in the system. So these might be electric vehicle chargers, they might be electric water heaters, could be reverse osmosis system. We've seen that in literal island applications. So you can imagine these as kind of non-essential controllable loads that may not be time dependent in their operation. So we can leverage these as part of our control system to be able to take advantage of periods of time where we do have that excess generation available from our renewable assets. And instead of curtailing, we can turn these loads on instead and make best use of that available energy. So in this scenario, we'll switch back to our demonstration. And we're going to look at a little bit of a different control here. So in the previous example, we were looking at that net zero limit, but that if you maybe don't have that constraint or there's other things that you're looking at, you might want to use demand limit. So this is kind of the 180 flip of that, where as a facility operator, you might want to be using as little power as possible from the utility. You want to reduce your energy costs, your energy bill, and so we're going to take advantage of the demand limiting control. So we'll go ahead and get that started. And in this case, then now we'll be trying to reduce as much as possible that utility consumption of power from the utility. So Don, are we, yeah, there we go, starting the control. And we can see that here. So maybe if we go back to the one line. Great. Okay. So in this situation, we've got the primary load for our facility online being fed from the grid. We haven't added any PV generation yet with the emulator, but as that becomes available, we'll start ramping that up. And we'll see that as more and more renewable energy becomes available, we'll start closing the breakers to those controllable loads there, kind of just in the middle left of our one line. And we'll be either charging those electric vehicles or creating some hot water or whatever the case may be, where we're able to take advantage of that instead of curtailing our production. So we've set up with kind of some internal ramps that are configurable for the assets. So we want to make sure we're not adding large loads or taking sizable production offline suddenly. So we'll be have these kind of timers or ramps between when we're adding systems assets to the system. The other consideration is that Wave has the ability to understand when assets are either in a local or remote control state, where if the asset needs to be maybe manually operated from the faceplate or as part of in a maintenance state, to be able to not be part of the typical operation. So in that situation, Wave won't take advantage of those assets. It'll still show them on the one line. It will still monitor them, but it won't use those. It looks like maybe those loads are still in that state in the emulator, so Wave won't be bringing those online for us today.